The Charlotte 49ers have only had an FBS Division I football program for 9 seasons. And in that time, they have never won a bowl game. They have never been ranked on the AP polls, not even for a single week in their school's history. And they are surrounded by talented colleges such as North Carolina, North Carolina State, Duke, and even ECU. The Charlotte 49ers have seen as little success as you possibly can as an FBS team in college football. And I think that it is time to put an end to that. Which is why in this series, I will be taking over as the head coach for the Charlotte 49ers in College Football 25 and trying to build them into a dynasty that can compete for championships year in and year out. So jumping over to College Football 25, as we can see, the Charlotte 49ers are rated a 78 overall with a 77 offense and a 79 defense. But they are only a 1-star program. And being a 1-star program is inevitably going to make it super difficult to convince any recruits to come here, especially over schools that will be our rivals, such as like North Carolina or North Carolina State. As I said, we are going to take over as the head coach. We're going to create a new head coach. And I think that I want to be a recruiter for this one, just because I think it's going to be pretty difficult to recruit out of North Carolina versus those other schools if we don't have a decent amount of points on guys. And to make things even more difficult, we are going to stick with base Charlotte playbook, Charlotte offense, and Charlotte defense, as well as only doing coach suggestions in games. Whatever our coach wants us to run, that's what we're going to run, just to make everything even more difficult. We did go ahead and pick Charlotte as our alma mater, and then for our pipeline, we're going to go ahead and pick North Florida, where we are pretty close to North Florida still, and I think that we should be able to lure some recruits our direction that maybe are getting under-recruited in that Northern Florida area. So I'm excited about that. And as far as our coach's aggressiveness, we coach aggressively in this game. We are going to have a 70 offensive coach aggressiveness and an 80 defensive aggressiveness. As far as what we look like, I don't really care. I think I'm just going to go with this guy because I think he has the closest hair to me. I don't really know. He doesn't really look like me, but it is what it is. And then as far as coach apparel, I think we're just going to stick with this collar because you can only pick the collar or the hoodie. So I think we're just going to stick with this. So here we are on the coach contract screen. And as you can see, this is just a school that has not had that much success at all. Outside of 2019, that's their only winning season in program history. And over the last 4 seasons, they've won 2 games, 5 games, 3 games, 3 games. We're going to go ahead and sign our contract here for 2024, where our goal is to win 4 games with this team. And already just loading in, we have a lot of guys who are at risk for transfer, especially because of our coach prestige. It looks like these guys probably came here for whoever the last head coach was, and I just replaced him. So that's unfortunate that we're already gonna maybe lose a pretty decent chunk of this roster. Just pretty unfortunate. We do have 5 coach points to spend, but first we're gonna go take a look at our roster and just see where we are sitting as far as future talent right now, and see what we have to work with. So over at quarterback, we have Max Brown, who's a 76 overall sophomore, as well as a 73 overall junior, Trexler Ivy. Carson Black is also on the team. And then we do have a true freshman, Deshaun Purdy, who I think will probably redshirt this season. Does he look decent? He has 71 speed, 91 throw power. He looks pretty okay. He doesn't look amazing, but he has all right accuracies. He has okay throw power. Only 71 speed isn't great, but we are going to go ahead and probably throw a red shirt onto him. Over at the running back position, we have Teron Kelman and Cartevious Norton. Hopefully I'm saying that name right, who are both 81 overalls, actually. A true junior in Cartevious Norton, and then just a sophomore at running back in Teron Kelman. So our running back room is actually pretty good at the moment, as well as a 77. And wide receiver, things get a little bit dicey, though. We have a 78 overall Jarius Mack, who is a deep threat, who has 91 speed, 93 change of direction. Then we have Justin Olsen at wide receiver 2, who's a 74 overall senior. Then we have true sophomore wide receiver Dwayne Thomas Jr., who also is a deep threat, 92 speed, 96 change of direction. He does have shifty on gold as well, which is super nice. So maybe he's going to be a good kick returner. Over at tight end, we have an 84 overall Colin Webster, who is a junior, but that is a very nice player for this offense. Looks like he might be the safety blanket for our quarterbacks this season. He has 78 speed, 85 catching, 85 catch in traffic, 82 spec catch, decent route running, 79 release. Colin Weber looks like he's probably the best player on the offense so far. Let's see where we're looking on the offensive line. So we are starting a junior at left tackle who's a 77. Outside of that, we pretty much have no talent. Umar Rockhead is only a 61 overall. We'll probably pick up the red shirt for us. At left guard, we have Jordan Moko, who's a senior, who's a 76 overall. Behind him is a junior and a senior as well. So left guard is going to be a position that we need to recruit pretty heavily probably. Center, we have a sophomore starting. He's a 73 overall. At right guard, we also have a sophomore, and we have two sophomores in behind him as well as a freshman. So right guard, we do look pretty decent at, although our freshman is only a 58 overall. But our starting right guard is a sophomore 76 overall, so I'm excited for Mo Clipper the next few seasons. And his deal breaker is playing time, where he will definitely get a lot of here. And then lastly, at right tackle, we have a senior 78 overall starting, as well as a senior backup. We have a sophomore on the roster that we might redshirt. We might redshirt both of these guys this year just to try to get development up. And then we'll see if PJ Wilkins can become a decent player in the future. Hopping over the defense, though, at left end, we have a guy named Demon Clowney, who is a sophomore, 82 overall. That is maybe the sickest name I've ever heard. He has 83 strength, 81 power moves, 83 finesse moves, 77 block shed, 80 tackle. This guy looks like a demon. No pun intended, but also pun intended. How is your name Demon Clowney? That is fucking sick. Behind him, we have Malik Pierre, I think is how you maybe say that. I'm not 100% sure. Zion Shockley behind him. Marco Newman, Kendall Brown, and Mike Kelly. I don't know how much a lot of these guys are going to play. It's probably going to be a lot of Demon Clowney. Over at right end, we have Donovan Spellman, who's a senior, and then a junior right behind him. And then we do have a freshman in behind them. He's a 76 overall with only 70 power moves, but 79 finesse moves. So he looks pretty decent. Not great, but all right. D tackle, we do have a true freshman 76 overall defensive tackle starting, which is super exciting. I'm wondering, though, should we redshirt him his freshman year? His deal breaker is playing style, so it's not playing time, meaning that redshirting him could be beneficial for us. He's only a 76 compared to these guys 75 and 74, so I don't think that it'd be too much of a drop, and that would ensure us to have one extra season of Colin Coates, which I think could be super beneficial for this team. At left outside linebacker, we have a senior Aiden Collar, who has 82 speed, 85 awareness, 83 play rec, 82 tackle. He looks pretty decent. We have a junior in behind him, Reed Williford. Middle linebacker, we have Prince Bayma, which is an awesome name. Prince Bayma. There's a lot that we could do with that. Xavier Simmons as well behind him. Both pretty good players. They are a senior and a junior, unfortunately, but they look pretty decent. 86 awareness, 85 tackle for Prince, as well as 83 hit power. Right outside linebacker, looks like we're working with a true sophomore, Keani Denny, who is only a 68 overall. He's going to have to start for us because he's all that we have, but that's not super great over at right outside linebacker. Let's check out the cornerbacks here. So we have Dante Balford, who looks very good. He is a redshirt sophomore, 83 overall with 90 speed, 88 agility, 88 change of direction, 87 play rec, 86 man coverage, 84 zone coverage, and also has pretty decent abilities with silver blanket coverage and then bronze jammer and ball hawk. So Dante Balford looks very good. His deal breaker is also playing style, so I'm excited about that. CJ Burton in behind him. He's a junior. He has 92 speed, 95 acceleration, so he is a very good athlete. Just 76 coverage stats, but that's still workable. And then behind both of them is another sophomore, CJ Clinkscales. Don't love the last name. Sounds like I could get in some trouble for it. Maybe we're just going to call him like CJ. I think he'll probably just be CJ all year. Anyway, at free safety, we have Travion McGee, who is a senior, 78 overall. But right behind him, we do have McGuire Neal, who's a sophomore, 76 overall. And I think we'll probably just play him. And then at strong safety, we do have a redshirt sophomore starting as well, Almahi Ali. Almahi Ali. I hope that I'm saying that right. I hope so. I don't know. If I'm butchering that, I really apologize. As well as Garrett James and Cornell Allen. So we're pretty young at strong safety. At kicker, we have Ross Paulson, who's a 63 overall with 81 kick accuracy, but only 64 kick power. That's atrocious. And then at punter, we have Travis Arnold, who has 81 kick power, but only 76 kick accuracy. So our specialists are pretty horrible. First and foremost, we are going to redshirt both of these young quarterbacks, actually. I didn't even realize that Carson Black wasn't redshirted before. So we're going to redshirt Carson Black and Deshaun Purdy. At halfback, we can redshirt Cartevious Norton, but I think that we're just going to go ahead and let him play. At wide receiver, I think we're just going to redshirt Evan Austin. I don't think it's worth redshirting Jonathan Muldrow. I don't think he'll ever really be anything anyway. And then Dwayne Thomas, I would rather just have play. He has 92 speed, 94 acceleration, 96 change of direction. I really want to get him out on the field. So the only guy at wide receiver we're going to redshirt is Evan Austin. We're going to redshirt the freshman tight end Grant Lasky, who doesn't have a face, as well as Umar Rockhead, Johnny Hassard, Dom Silva, and both PJ Wilkins and Aiden Martinez all on the offensive line. Nick Potts, and then Dalvin Fry, as well as Colin Coates here at defensive tackle. At linebacker, the only guy that we're going to redshirt is our freshman Phillip Mays. Outside of that, we don't have enough depth at linebacker to really redshirt anybody else. And then at cornerback, I think the only guy that we're going to redshirt is DeQuinder Williams II. Free safety, we're going to go ahead and redshirt Paul Black. And then at strong safety, we are going to redshirt Cornell Allen. And then our kicker and punter, obviously, we're not going to redshirt because they're the only ones that we have. So after all of that redshirting, let's go in and check out our depth chart now. Let's see what we're looking like. So we are starting Max Brown at quarterback. I like these three at quarterback. If we deal with multiple injuries, having Steven Johnson come in maybe isn't going to be the best for us. He's a scrambler who only has 71 speed. So this guy is just absolutely fucking horrible. But keep in mind that with a red shirt, we can technically play these guys 4 games as well. So if we need a third quarterback, I probably will just play Carson Black and just hope that we don't go over the 4-game limit with him. Halfback, I really like where we're at. Fullback, I don't really care. As well as wide receiver, I like to have these guys as our top 3. Tight end, it's going to be the Colin Weber show. At left tackle, I like Jordan Herman there. Left guard, Jordan Moko. He's a 76 overall, so we like that. At center, we have Isaiah Bollerdick. This guy's name is Isaiah Bollerdick. I don't know how I missed that earlier. He's a 73 overall. Good for him. Mo Clipper Jr. Dude, this team has some insane names. Our center right guard is Isaiah Bollerdick and Mo Clipper Jr. That is actually kind of incredible. I'm super excited about it, actually. And then we have Mitchell Mays at right tackle. Left end, we're working with Demon Clowney. Demon Clowney is the sickest left end name I've ever heard in my life. Donovan Spellman over at right end. And then Dre Butler and Dre Martin. The Dre brothers, okay. I like that. Dr. Dre. We could work with something with those names. Dre Butler and Dre Martin at defensive tackle. Aiden Collar at left outside linebacker with Prince Bama and Xavier Simmons at middle linebacker. And then to round out the linebacker room, we got Reed Williford. At corner, we're working with Dante Balfour, who should be very good. CJ Burton, and then CJ. Also, we have CJ brothers in the secondary, so we're going to have to figure out something with CJs and then the Dre's at D tackle. Free safety, like I said, we are going to start McGuire Neal over Trevion McGee. And then at strong safety, it is going to be Almahi Ali with Garrett James as his backup. And then kicker and punter, of course, are just going to be our only kicker and punters. Working over to the specialists, like I thought, Dwayne Thomas is going to be our kick returner. I am super excited about that. He has Gold Shifty. And then behind him, we have Terrence Middleton as our second kick returner, who has 90 speed, but also has Bronze Shifty. So I like those guys being our kick returners, as well as Dwayne Thomas being our punt returner. Our third down running back is going to be Teron Kalman, but our power back is going to go ahead and be Cartevious Norton, who also has 5 abilities, I'm just realizing, including Gold Workhorse. So he should be pretty sick, honestly, his first year. At slot receiver, I also do like Dwayne Thomas Jr. He's going to be a big playmaker for us this season. I hope that he comes out and shows out as only a sophomore, a true sophomore. I'm excited a lot about Dwayne Thomas Jr. Our rush right end is going to be Demon Clowney, and our rush left end is going to be Donovan Spellman, with our rush D tackle being Dre Butler, and then Des Morgan behind him. Dre Butler does have 76 power moves. But actually, the more that I think about it, I think we're going to make Katron Evans our rush D tackle. He has 84 power moves to go along with 95 strength. So I feel like we have to get him in. He is a senior, but all of these guys are. So it doesn't really matter. I want Katron Evans to be our rush D tackle. Sub linebacker looks pretty good with Prince Bama leading the way. Slot cornerback, we have CJ in the slot. I do like that. He's a man-to-man guy, but Actually, do we want Anthony Romf in the slot, though? He's actually a slot archetype, but only 86 speed I don't feel great about. He does have higher press coverage. What is his tackling? He does have 68 tackling compared to CJ's 58, or 67 compared to the 58. But at the end of the day, I think CJ is just the better player, so I think we're just going to play him. And then we are back at quarterback, so that is how the depth chart is going to be set for Season 1. Let's go ahead and spend our 5 skill points. What position do we want to go into the most? We could really use wide receiver, right? Our wide receiver room, we have no like top guys. I think I'm just going to start out with O-line because I do want to get like 3 or 4 offensive linemen in this class at least. So I think offensive line taking less time to fully scout will be important for us. And before we start filling out our recruitment board, I do want to make sure that our schedule is set the way that I want it. So first and foremost, we will be playing North Carolina every single season in this rebuild. They're going to be our one big out-of-conference rival. And I really hope that sometime soon we can go out and get an upset over them because I'm sure that we're going to be fighting for recruits with them. And obviously winning those games will be important for us. We're going to go at North Carolina, though, here in year 1. And we are going to be seeing North Carolina on the schedule every single season. Outside of them, we have James Madison week 1. I really like that. We're kind of similar tier programs, but James Madison has obviously seen a lot more success than us. So we can kind of gauge where we're at with them. I do like having an FCS school on the schedule just so maybe we can actually go out and get a confidence boost before we go in and play teams like Indiana and then we start conference play. The one thing that I don't love is it seems like a lot of our home games are at the very end of the season, which means that that's going to be the only times that we can schedule recruits. And I don't love the thought of that. It looks like East Carolina will probably end up being a big recruit game for us, but I kind of would like another home game somewhere in here. I'm almost tempted to take Indiana off the schedule and schedule somebody else week 7 instead. Preferably somebody that is somewhat beatable, but also isn't just like a pushover team because I think it will be a big week for bringing recruits in. And actually with there not being a whole lot of options here anyway, we are just going to reschedule Indiana. So instead of being at Indiana week 4, we're going to play versus Indiana week 7. I like that a little bit more. That gives us an extra week that we can schedule recruits to come in. And I think this is going to be our schedule for year 1. Heading over to recruiting, let's see if there is any like even decent players who have us in their top interest. Like right away, I see a 3-star linebacker who has us number 1 on his board, Kane Sternberger. We're going to go ahead and add him to the list. And pretty much any 3-stars that have interest in our school, we are going to go ahead and add to our list. It's not like we have to get them at the end of the day, but we will at least scout them and see if they're worth pursuing. We are going to add a kicker to our board because I think we could use an upgrade at kicker as well. It's a lot of linebackers, it seems like. Most of these 3-star players that we're adding to our board that have interest in us are all linebackers. This guy, though, looks like an athlete pass rusher, so I am super excited about that. He has us 5th on his board. Then we find a left end as well, Richard Stockton. Some more offensive linemen. We have seen quite a few offensive linemen that want to come here as well that are 3-stars. That's pretty much all our board is going to be right now after adding all these guys. It looks like that's it. That's all of the 3-stars in the country that have interest in us. It's going to be a lot of linebackers and O-linemen. Let's go ahead and scout some of these guys. I'll let you guys know if I find anybody that looks really good. So like Kane Sternberger does look pretty good. He has 84 speed, 88 acceleration, 70 or 67 zone coverage isn't amazing, but he does have 80 tackle, 79 pursuit, 78 agility. This is a guy that I would feel comfortable offering a scholarship to. And actually, we do get the insta commit, which is the first time that has ever happened to me. So already we have our first commit in school history in Kane Sternberger, who is a middle linebacker out of Louisville, Kentucky. Like I just said, 84 speed, 88 acceleration, team player mental ability, and maybe he's not amazing, but he is a pretty good player, and that's a good add to our class early on. I'm super excited about that. That does make me wonder if we can get any more insta-commits with these guys who have us first on their board. The problem is I only have 450 hours to work with, so I can't really scout these guys a whole lot. Does this guy look good? 73 pass block. What's his strength looking like? He is a bust, so I don't think I'm going to offer him yet. Ben Skaggs also has us first on his board. It's just like, I don't know how much recruiting I'm really going to be, or how much scouting I'm really going to be able to do on these guys. with the limited hours that I have. And he is also a bust. So I'm starting to think that maybe we should just offer some scholarships to guys as opposed to actually scouting them and just see where that gets us. We're second on this guy's board. Like I said, all of these guys are people who do have interest in us. And then maybe we can go ahead and scout them later on. But for now, I think we just don't have enough hours to sit here and scout all these guys. So we're just going to go ahead and offer scholarships to all of these players who have us high on their board. And I think we're just going to kind of hope and pray that they are good. The thing is we're not going to have a 35-man recruiting class year one anyway. I'm pretty confident in that. We just don't have good enough school grades to get that done. So even if some of these guys aren't great, we can just go ahead and cut them off the roster later on. But regardless, even a bust 3-star is a pretty decent player and will be good enough to play for us at some point in their careers, most likely. So I feel pretty decent at just offering guys scholarships right now. And looking at some positions that I do want to add some more guys. So we definitely want to add some wide receivers to our board. Right now we have 4 offensive linemen on our board, so I wouldn't mind picking up a couple extra offensive linemen as well. At linebacker, we have 5 guys on our board right now, which I feel good about. I do want linebackers. Cornerback is a position that I want to add to the board. And along with maybe, no, we already have 3 strong safeties. So maybe we're just okay with our safety spot right now. And then we do have a kicker. So I want to add some cornerbacks. I want to add maybe 1 or 2 offensive linemen. And then I also want to add some wide receivers to our board. And do we dare even try to go after some 4-stars here in year one? I'm not 100% sure. I think if they are in our 3-star pipeline, it wouldn't be the worst idea. Because like if this guy's motivation is staying close to home and we just get a lot of points on him early so that North Carolina and North Carolina State can't, I would feel pretty okay about getting him. Although this is just an example, I don't really want this guy on my board. It's going to probably be some wide receivers that I want as some 4-stars, if any of them line up with our pipeline. Like this guy, Josh Ringo, is a physical receiver who's 6'5", 213, and is from Raleigh, North Carolina. Obviously, he has UNC right now as his #1 school, but I think it's possible that if we just go all out on him right from the jump, we could steal him away. He is the only 4-star receiver in the country as well that is from North Carolina. So I think maybe we try to go all out on Josh Ringo and just see what happens. Then I'm also seeing this 4-star cornerback who is from South Carolina that I think I'm also going to add to my board. He's a 2-star pipeline, and I think that he could be somebody that we could pry away as well. And the very last 4-star that we're going to add to our board, or at least for right now, is going to be Josh Leach, who's a 4-star left tackle who is from Tennessee. We do have a 2-star pipeline to him as well. So we're going to go ahead and offer all of those guys that we just added scholarships. And then as well, we might scout some of these 4-stars to see if they're really worth putting all of our points into. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see if Josh Ringo is going to be a good player. It looks like he is. He's a 6'5", 213-pound physical receiver who has 91 speed, 95 jumping. I mean, this guy looks pretty good. I cannot lie. 86 spec catch, 87 acceleration. This is a guy that I would love to get. The offensive tackle, on the other hand, let's see here. He has very good stats so far. 75 run block, 75 pass block, 88 strength. It says that this guy's a bust, but actually that might play into our hands because he looks like a really good player. And if other schools scout him and see that he's a bust, they might not put a lot of points into him, meaning that we could go steal him. And at the end of the day, a 4-star bust is still good enough to play on this team. And lastly, let's check out this cornerback. He is a white cornerback, so we're going to have to really check on these stats to make sure he's a decent player here. He does have 92 speed, 91 acceleration, 73 man coverage. Where's his zone? It's not going to... Oh, yeah, 83 zone coverage. Okay. Yeah, this is another guy that's very good. We're going to offer him a scholarship as well. Then we are going to go ahead and add a couple more 3-star receivers to our class as well. And then we're also going to jump over to cornerback and add a few 3-star cornerbacks to the board as well. And then we're just going to go ahead and offer all those new guys that we just added scholarships. And there we go. We have spent all of our points on recruiting for the week. We've set up our schedule. We've spent our coach points. We are finally ready to get into the season, simming the 2024 preseason. And it looks like we're in a pretty good spot on a lot of those guys. We still do have a lot of dudes at risk of transfer, which is unfortunate. But we're going to have to just navigate around that. We are in our bye week here. Where are we looking at on recruiting on some of these guys? Jamarcus Harriet, it looks like we're second on. East Carolina doesn't seem to be putting any points on him yet. I think this is a guy that we will put... Actually, maybe we'll wait. He is a JUCO. So maybe we'll wait out on that. We are first on Morgan Norwood, and we're the only team to offer a scholarship. We're the only team on Jay. We're the only team on Jason. Justice Dubs, we are in a little bit of a fight with Coastal Carolina. So maybe this is a guy that we put a little bit of points on. Maybe we contact friends and family for him. The kicker were his only offer. Carl Golson, North Carolina State, does have interest in. This is the type of guy that I think we maybe need to send the house at. He is a JUCO, but he's only a sophomore, and I would like to beat out North Carolina State, as well as maybe on Josh Fuller. That is 2 strong safeties, though, so I don't think we're going to send the house on both. But I will put like a little bit of points on Josh Fuller as well. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's put the little amount of points on Carl Golston, because he's a JUCO. And then let's go ahead and put 25 on Josh Fuller. Tavarius Blunt is a sick name, so we're just going to put some points on him anyway. It does look like there's other schools interested as well, so same thing maybe with Prince Awuchukwu. That's going to be a tough one. He's going to have to just go by Prince if we end up getting him. We're going to put 25 points on him as well. Where are we looking on the 4 stars? That's what I'm curious about. This guy, North Carolina State, looks very interested in, which I don't love. Let's go ahead and put our actual commit just down to the bottom. Where are we looking on these 4 stars? So there's only 3 teams who have offered Josh Leach so far. There's 4 teams that have offered Dylan Odell. And there is 3 teams that have offered Josh Ringo, outside of us, of course. None of them are putting real points into these guys yet. I think it's worth it for us to literally just send the house at all 3 of them and see what happens next week. If somebody else is going after them harder than what we are by next week, we'll just go ahead and take them off. But for now, I think sending the house at all 3 of these 4 stars is the move. We're going to move them up to the top of our board just so we know where our interests lie. All right, we got all of the guys that we have points on up to the top of the board. We just got to figure out who else we feel like putting points in right now. We only have points on 1 offensive lineman, which is the 4-star. So I think Jamarcus Harriet is a guy that I would like to put some points on. We're going to go ahead and put 25 on him. Morgan Norwood, we're the only offer on. Any of these guys that we are the only offer on, I feel okay, at least for the time being, without putting points on. Maybe that's not the absolute best strategy, but at least that's how I'm feeling right now. George Oluokun is a guy that I really would not like North Carolina State to steal from us. So I'm thinking maybe I send the house at him. This is something that I could change, but for now we're going to send the house on him. These schools that are going after Quinn Lincoln aren't schools that like intimidate me a whole lot. So I think if we don't put points on him, there is a chance that we could still get back in on him later on. So we're just going to stick with that. We're the only offer there. I think the guy that we're going to put our last 15 points on right now is going to be James Scioli. We are second on his board right now. It looks like JMU is also interested as well as East Carolina. I would like to get him over East Carolina, who will be one of our rivals in this series. So we're going to put our points there. That's how we're going to have our points distributed for week 1. Is it the right way to do it? Probably not. But it's what I'm going to roll with for now, and we're going to see how we have to pivot next week. Okay, how are we looking on these guys right now? So we're gaining on Josh Ringo a lot. The 50 points is really pushing us up his board. Same thing with Josh Leach, but it looks like Georgia Tech is also interested. They're not putting quite as many points as us, though. So right now we are still gaining the most on him. Dylan Odell is looking like a different story, though. So we are gaining on him, right? But it's not enough that I feel super great about us getting him. So I think that's the guy that we're going to have to bite the bullet on. And I think these 2 4-stars are just going to be the 2 that we go after the hardest. I think we're going to have to take Dylan Odell off our board. We're going to get our 50 points back. George Oluokun we're gaining on. We're catching up to North Carolina State. We're first there. North Carolina State is going pretty heavily after Josh Fuller with us. We're first. We're second on James Scioli. And then we are second behind North Carolina State on Carl Golston as well. My thought process is almost just bite the bullet on Connor Golston. Let them have that strong safety. Let's send the house on Josh Fuller, right? Let's really try to just kick them out of this battle. They can go focus on that other strong safety. And we're going to try to pry Josh Fuller away from them. Everyone else here, we are pretty much first on their board except James Scioli. So I think we're going to switch this 15 to 25. We're going to contact his friends and family instead. And then that leaves us with 25 extra points to throw on somebody else. So we're still his only offer. We're still his only offer. We're still the only offer. Still the only offer. Nobody's going after him. Nobody's going after him. Middle Tennessee State is going pretty hard after Clayton Little. Do I think that we can still get in that battle with 25 points? I think so. I think we're going to put our last 25 on Clayton Little. And we're going to call it good right there for this week. And after all of that housekeeping, I'm sorry it took a long time, but this is the first episode that's going to be the longest the housekeeping ever is. But we are finally ready to jump in to our first game here versus James Madison, who we are a significantly higher overall than. The Dukes are a 74 overall, 75 offense, 74 defense, compared to our 78 overall. So we should have a pretty decent chance against them. Let's jump in and see what we can do. And here we go. The boys are coming out. They look ready. They look excited. Can we come out and start the season with a much needed W versus James Madison? It'd be an awesome way to start the year. The crowd looks like they kind of showed out for us. And right away, Dwayne Thomas Jr. has a chance to return. He only gets to the 20, but he does feel shifty. And here is our star tight end, Colin Weber, 84 overall. Hopefully we can get him involved in the offense a lot this season. To start off, though, we are going to give the ball off to Terrion Kelman, our elusive back running back, who does find some space here. We're going to go to play action here on second down. Max Brown's first chance to pass the ball here. What is he going to do? He rolls out. Nothing really gets open. I try to throw the ball away, but instead he fumbles it, and James Madison's defensive end picks the ball up, and the very first possession of Charlotte 49ers Dynasty is a Max Brown fumble while I was trying to throw the ball away. That is super frustrating. Terry Lockett Jr. gets in with the pressure. I tried to throw the ball away right there. He gets in with the pressure. He forces the fumble, and we put our defense in a horrible spot to start the game. They go underneath. Pick up about 8 yards there. Man, that is frustrating. No worse way to start the series than that. We're going to use our Prince Baymar right now. He's a senior linebacker. We are going to fill this gap, but we just can't get in there on the tackle. They do pick up the first down. It's 1st and goal now. And I think we're just going to have to blitz here and hope that they don't pass. I think that's kind of our only option. I'm predicting that they're running here. It looks like they're going to. And they will. I get in the backfield with McGuire Neal. But James Madison's running back takes it in for the touchdown. They capitalize off of the forced fumble. Huge mistake by Max Brown leads to a 7-0 lead for James Madison here in the first quarter. After a pretty horrible return, we got the ball on our own 14-yard line. Can Max Brown make up for the mistake on the last drive? We do just go ahead and hand it off to Teron Kelman again, who picks up about 6 yards. We were in this spot in the last possession, and something did not go super well when we passed the ball. So I think we're going to go ahead and keep the ball on the ground. It is an RPO, so if that quarterback falls off of Olsen in the slot, I will pass it. But I fully expect to just hand the ball off here, which we're going to do. And oh my God! Teron Kelman also fumbles. James Madison picks it up, and 2 possessions in a row, we fumble, and it leads to a James Madison touchdown. This is just a catastrophic way to start the year here for Charlotte. Is there going to be a challenge? No, there is not. What even happened here? Teron Kelman breaks the first tackle. The ground made him fumble. That's not a fumble. Can we still challenge the play? The ground made him fumble. That ball is still in his hands right there. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be close. Was the knee down first? Was the knee down first? I think it was. What are they going to call here? It is our ball again. They overturned the fumble call. We get bailed out. We have to make something go right for once. Everything's going wrong for us right now. And yet again, we are going to take a sack with Max Brown. I mean, nothing is getting open, and we're going to have to punt. All things considered, though, a punt is not as bad as what a fumble was going to be there. Unless this punt is just the worst fucking punt of all time. It gets to the 44. Not loving how the season is starting here for Charlotte. We're going to be on Prince Bama in the middle of the field. They're going in motion here. It's probably going to be a run again, and it is. They cut up the A gap, but we are there to stuff it. I can't tell who that is. I'm pretty sure actually that was Demon Clowney on the tackle. His first tackle of the season. We're going to blitz here on second down. I'm in man coverage versus the running back. So I got to make sure that I stick with him. Looks like he's coming across the field. I was on the running back. But Ali gets beat by the wide receiver in man coverage. Which, I mean, Ali is a free safety. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily surprise me. Or he's a strong safety, actually. So it doesn't surprise me that he gets beaten, man. Doesn't make it less frustrating, though. They're going to a screen pass to the wide receiver here on first down. They bring it down to 2nd and 5. And they keep going hurry up. Can we get a stop here? We need a big play from the defense. 2nd and 5 from the 11-yard line. Looks like they're running again. They run every time they bring that guy in motion. And Ali gets into the backfield for the tackle for loss. Great play by him. It's now 3rd and 6. We're going to pass commit. And we're just going to hope that James Madison throws the ball here. And it looks like they are. I'm sticking with that receiver. They take it to the flats. Can we make the tackle? We do. 4th and 1. And we hold them to a field goal. Can't be super upset about it. And actually, they missed the field goal. It was not a difficult one at all. It was over on the right hash. But from the 20-yard line, you would think that you can knock that down. We get kind of bailed out there by their kicker. We're going to get back on the ground. Can we finally put a drive together? We're going to go play action here on second down. Tight end was on a block and release. He finally releases and we pick up some yardage there. That is Colin Weber's first catch of his senior season, I believe. I think he's a senior, right? Might be a junior, though. Not 100% sure. And it looks like we're going to take another sack where Max Brown fumbles again. Teron Kelman comes over and picks up the ball. But oh my God. Max Brown cannot hold on to the football. Are we going to have to bench this guy? He can't seem to hold on to the ball. And our offensive line is absolutely horrible. They cannot block for us at all. And we are in 3rd and 28. We have not been in a favorable position all game long to this point. Can we find something? The tight end is open across the middle. He hits him. Colin Weber keeps fighting. We pick up the first down on 3rd and 28. Our first good play of the game, really. Outside of maybe a couple positive runs from Teron Kelman. But man, this is not going great right now. We're going to get the ball back on the ground to Kelman. He picks up 7 again. 5 rushes for 23 yards so far for him. Will a play action finally work for us here? I like Olsen working across the field on this. It looks like he could be open. He's just got to clear that linebacker, and he is. We make a secure catch there. Max Brown actually puts the ball on the money. And what is Max Brown's speed? I completely forget. I actually am curious. I'm going to go look real quick. So Max Brown does have 83 speed, so it is possible to run some read option with him. We are just going to run it or hand it off here, though. Can't find any room there with Teron Kelman. 2nd and 12. Can we find something open? We're going to take the tight end underneath. I mean, we are dropping back so far in that pocket. I know we are. But I just feel super paranoid from Max Brown fumbling every fucking time he gets touched. We're going to go to the running back. Good ball by Max Brown. Can the running back outrun him? He does. Teron Kelman all the way to the end zone. And that is our first touchdown of the season in Charlotte 49ers Dynasty. And Teron Kelman is hitting his jig. We tie the game up after everything that's gone bad so far for us in this first quarter. To have a tie game right now is nothing short of a miracle. We bend but didn't break last time. We did hold them to a field goal, which they missed, thankfully. Here they start their possession on a run. They only pick up about 2 yards on that, so I like that. That's good defense there. We're going to blitz here on second down, I think. And actually, no, we are not. That's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, the game is tied 7-7. JMU has the ball. So far, we have negative 15 rushing yards because of our sacks taken. But it's a tie game, and that's all that matters, right? Nothing in the past that has happened matters. Right now, all that matters is that it's a tie game in the second quarter, and we are blowing up this run. Not necessarily blowing it up, but we are stopping them on 3rd and short. I think we're going to blitz here on 3rd down. Can we get some pressure back in the backfield? It is a run. Oh, no, it's a RPO. What a play there. I was really thinking that that was a run. I thought we were going to have a chance to blow it up. But instead, JMU picks up the first down. They are going hurry up here. Running back goes in motion. Should we try to get out to him? I don't think so. They're throwing down the field where the receiver just steps in front of our safety and makes the catch. I really thought that we might have a chance at an interception there with Neal. But he doesn't make a play. And now JMU is driving all the way down the field again on us. Don't like how our defense is set up right now. We're going to check to a cover 2 here. I have the middle of the field with Simmons. And it goes short, and we can't make the tackle. Who is that? Who's number 25 that just let him run past? Back to the hurry up again for JMU. Looks like the quarterback is checking the play. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a run? It is. We're going to blow it up here. That's a tackle for loss. 2nd and goal from the 11 now. We're going to go cover 3. They just took the backfield out of they just took the running back out of the backfield, so we are going to pass commit. They check it down to the running back, who picks up like 6 yards. It is 3rd and goal from the 4 now. Making a lot of audibles, it seems like. We do got pressure on the quarterback, and he actually takes the sack. So we force them to kick another field goal, another bend but don't break possession from the defense. And it looks like their quarterback might be injured there. I didn't see who got in on the sack, but a great play from our defense, forcing them to kick a field goal. This kicker did just miss a very similar kick from the other hash. Will he drill this one? Ooh, he almost missed again. And Max Brown and the offense are back out on the field. We're running play action here on this first play. They're pressing Mac pretty heavily, and he does have a lot of speed. I want to see if maybe he can just win over the top. It doesn't look like the safety's helping very much. Jarius Mack over the top makes the catch. He's running down the sideline. Can number 31 from JMU catch him? No, he cannot. Max Brown put that ball on the money, and Jarius Mack, our number 1 wide receiver, beats JMU down the sideline to give us a 4-point lead here in the second quarter with about 4 minutes left. What a ball there from our quarterback, Max Brown. And what a great job burning the cornerback by Jarius Mack and just running down the sideline for a touchdown. And if you would have watched the first 2 possessions of this game, you would have never thought that Charlotte would have the lead here in the second quarter, 14-10, after how bad we started the game. They do check down. Actually, I think they ran a screen pass there. Gets down to 2nd and 3. Our defense has started to play better. Our offense obviously has picked it up a lot. Can we get yet another stop here on JMU? They do throw a little swing pass to the wide receiver that we do blow up. It's 3rd and 2 now. We're going to go cover 2. We're going to play underneath. Hopefully we don't give up anything super short for a first down. Like that right there. I tried to jump it. Could not quite get there with Prince Bayma. And they pick up the first down because of it. And that again is in my zone. I'm not really sure what to do there because I have to play the deeper receiver, right? If I don't play the deep receiver, then they're going to pick up 25 yards instead of 10. But it's just frustrating. I'd love for somebody else on my team to be able to make a play, but it doesn't seem like they're going to right now. They do finally go back to a run where they pick up 2 yards. Let's try cover 2 out again. I'm actually going to use the slot cornerback here. Actually, it looks like a run, and we blow it up. Who is number 88? That is Katron Evans, our defensive tackle with 95 strength and 84 power moves. Blowing up that play. And they are going hurry up yet again. I think we want to blitz here on 3rd and 9. Let's get some pressure in the backfield. They check down underneath. We have our best cornerback, Dante Balfour, in coverage. And he just does not make a play on the ball quick enough. It's a run again here for JMU. They pick up about 8. And that is the 2-minute warning. Will we have another chance to see the ball here in this half? I'm not 100% sure. They go across the middle. That's the same thing again. So I took the short route there, and then they just go to the deep route in my zone. I'm just really not sure what I should do. Like I said, I have to play the deeper route. Obviously, I'd rather give up 3 yards than I would a bunch. They're taking a shot to the end zone, though. Oh, my God. Number 4, I'm not even sure who it is. It's one of the CJs, I believe. It's either CJ Clinkscales or CJ Burton. Had a chance to intercept it. Looks like it's CJ Burton. He had a chance at the interception, and he just couldn't make the play. And yet again, we had another chance at a pick there on 2nd down. This JMU quarterback is kind of in shambles right now. We're going to pass commit here on 3rd and 10. Can we make a play here? Oh my goodness, this JMU quarterback is throwing darts to the defense play after play. We finally make the play. It's Reed Williford, our left outside linebacker, with an interception. And we have a chance to go take a 2-possession lead here before the half. We are backed up onto our own 6-yard line, so it's going to be tough. But can we make something happen here? I'm actually going to take off with Max Brown. Can he outrun the defense? He does. We try to make one guy miss. We can't quite make it happen. The clock is going to stop because of the 1st down. It's running now, but we don't waste too much time at all there. Can we find somebody on 1st down? Circle was wide open. We felt pressure from the JMU defense, though. Looks like KJ Flo got in on the safety blitz there. Got pressure on Max Brown. He wasn't able to get the ball off, but the clock does stop, so that's not the end of the world for us. See what we can do here on 2nd down. We're actually just going to check down to our running back, I think. Can we make somebody miss? It looks like no, and JMU actually calls the timeout here, which probably is the right call for them. But if we pick up a 1st down, that's going to end up biting them pretty hard. I like Dwayne Thomas on a slot fade here. Let's get Mack coming across the field. Let's get Weber on a drag. And then I like Olsen on a curl route, but I want him a little bit deeper than what he is right there. Kind of a deep curl for Olsen. Let's see if this works. Doesn't look like anything is really open. Actually, we're going to take a shot. Oh my goodness, what a ball there by Max. What a ball there by Max Brown. Just an absolute dime. And there's 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the half, and it's 1st and 10. Can we make a play? We're going to take a shot. We're going to take a shot to Olsen. Can he go up and make a play? It doesn't look like it. The James Madison cornerback makes the play on the ball. Chauncey Logan for JMU makes a play on it. It's not a bad time to take a shot, though. I think that's Justin Olsen that we took the shot to. Can we find anything? We're getting blitzed heavily. What a ball, though. What a ball there by Max Brown to get it out with a defender in his face. We're going to call the timeout here. It's 3rd and 4. We're nearing field goal range. We need about 15, 20 more yards for field goal range, I think. We're going to get Weber just going all the way across the field here. And actually, I think we might just take off of Max Brown. Instead, though, we're going to throw it to our backup tight end, Kenan. And we pick up the 1st down. Max Brown is really turning this game around after a really horrible start. He's starting to look like a pretty good player here. And they are blitzing. We're going to try to get it out. And we do. Dwayne Thomas Jr. in space. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Gets us down to the 11-yard line. With 34 seconds left in the half. We are driving right now. Max Brown is looking great. He's delivering with pressure in his face. He's taking his checkdowns when they're there. Dwayne Thomas Jr. with the catch. We're going to call a timeout here. The clock is really not a factor for us right now. Even if we don't, like, we can catch a ball across the middle and hurry up still, and we won't waste a whole lot of time. Because of that, I think we actually might run the ball here. I don't want it to be an RPO, though. I want it to just be a straight-up run. It looks like we just can't do that, though. It's going to have to be an RPO. There's no linebacker in the middle of the field. I'm going to hand it off here. Can Kelman get into the end zone? He can't. We're going to hurry up. We're going to go to stick here on 3rd down. If we don't pick it up, we just got to call the timeout and take our field goal. We're going to get out of the pocket with Brown. Can he make him miss? He does. He gets down to the 1 yard line. What do we do here? The clock is running. We need to hike the ball. Hike the ball, hike the ball, hike the ball. We're going to take a shot to the tight end. It's dropped. There's 1 second left in the half. Do we take the field goal or do we go for it? We have timeout, so we're going to line up to go for it. Do we like the look? I kind of like the look of a run. There's no linebacker on that side of the field. All we have to do is pick up a block on number 8 and a block on number 90, and we should be able to get it in. I think we're going to go for it. We do, and we do pick it up. The very last play of the half, Teron Kelman scores a touchdown and gives us a 21-10 lead going into the half. What a bounce back by this Charlotte 49ers team after the first couple possessions looked absolutely putrid for us. We are kicking off here to start the second half, but the way that our defense has been playing, I'm not super mad about them having the ball right now anyway. We went down and took the 2-possession lead, and if our defense can even just hold them to a field goal here on this possession, I feel pretty decent about where we're at. It is obviously easier said than done, though. We're going to have to go out and make some plays. We're going to be using Prince Bayma. Are they going to try to finally get this running game going? Let's see. It does look like they're going to run. They put that guy in motion like they do every time when they run the ball. And it looks like they pick up about 4 yards on it. They are going into the hurry up as they have been pretty much all game. It hasn't seemed to work super well for them so far, with only 10 points scored. They are throwing it to the bubble screen where our safety, I think, number 6, I'm not sure who that is, but he makes an incredible play to get out there and make the tackle. And it is now 3rd and 6. And all of a sudden, if James Madison doesn't pick this up, it's looking pretty bad for them. We got that underneath route, but they had another guy going into the exact same spot. I really thought that I was going to be able to jump that and get an interception right there. I thought the quarterback was going to the guy I was on. But he does make the right read. Checks underneath to the other guy. And they are getting it back on the ground here where they actually have room. And JMU finally picks up a positive run play in the game. But I still like how our defense is playing. There's no time to panic. I think we do want to get some pressure on the quarterback. We're going to blitz here on first down. I'm on the running back. I couldn't get there, but it didn't matter. Ali is number 6. He's the one that made the play on that last drive. I know his name is like Al-Mahi Ali or something like that, but I'm just so scared that I'm butchering that first name that I think I'm just going to keep it with Ali. And it's a read option. Oh my goodness. I bet on that run so hard. Ali is in pursuit. He does make the tackle, but what a play call there by James Madison. I was not expecting a read option at all. That's the first time that this quarterback has run the ball all game. So I just was not ready for it. It does look like it might be a screen. It's a screen to the receiver where I take the wrong angle with the defender and I can't make the tackle. They end up picking up about 7 yards on it. 2nd and 3 from their own 18, or from our 18-yard line, I should say. It is a run, and we blow it up in the middle again. Our defensive tackle, number 90, I'm not sure who it is. It's Evans again, I'm pretty sure. Nope, it was Dre Morgan, right? I think that's Dre Morgan. Or I'm not 100% sure, but great play nonetheless. They are running a screen pass here. I thought I was going to be able to get to it, but I get blocked, and then our safety, Neal, misses the tackle, gets juked out by the JMU running back, and James Madison scores a touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. Adaye, I'm not sure how to say his name, but he gets into the end zone. He makes a very good play. Ayo Adaye. Actually, I do know him. I think he just transferred to JMU. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that running back was really good last year for somebody, and he just transferred there. Did he play for North Texas? I think he might be from North Texas, but I'm not 100% sure. Regardless, we are getting the ball back here. Let's see if Dwayne Thomas can finally get a decent return. And it looks like he will. There was space there. We get it up to about the 30-yard line. I thought for a second we might return that for a touchdown. But good field position nonetheless. We're going to start off the possession with a play action. Let's see if something can get open here. And what is happening with R1? I don't know, but I'm going to give him the ball anyway. Our backup tight end, Kennan, picks up about 3 yards for us. I'm not sure what was going on there. Looks like him and some of our offensive linemen were like having some sex. I'm not 100% sure. It was kind of weird. I don't even want to know. Really, I take a shot to Justin Olsen, where the linebacker makes an incredible play to tip the ball up in the air. And then the James Madison safety makes another incredible play and makes a diving interception. Tipped up in the air, first by the linebacker, and then a diving interception by this James Madison safety, Booth. What a play there by them. That is super annoying. And what is happening here? I don't know why we were on some super zoomed out camera there for a second, but we are back on defense now after an incredible play by the JMU safety. Almost an unhuman-like play by the JMU safety. And we are backed up onto our own side of the field already. We desperately need to get a stop here on JMU. It looks like it's going to be a swing pass where we are all over it. I think that's Neal that went down and made the tackle. And just like that, it is 3rd and 3. We're going to pass commit. We're also going to play underneath here. I don't want them to pick up this first down on anything short. Obviously, I don't want to be bombed over the top for a touchdown either, but they are running the ball, actually, where that running back Adai just picks up another first down for them. And the defense is not looking super great here in the second half. It looks like it's a screen pass, though. And oh my God, as I say that, CJ Burton jumps the pass, and he's returning it all the way to the end zone for a Charlotte 49ers touchdown. What a play there by our second cornerback, CJ Burton. And he's saying it's game over. I don't know about all that, CJ, but that is an incredible play. Oh my goodness. CJ Burton makes up for Max Brown's mistake on the interception on offense by intercepting JMU's quarterback and taking it 90 yards for a touchdown. Maybe not quite 90. Might have been like 70 yards. Regardless, though, what a play there by our cornerback, too. I think he's just a sophomore as well, so that's super encouraging. And we get him down at about the 19. Just like that, though, I feel like we have a lot of the momentum again. It seems like the stadium's getting back into the game a little bit. Can we get a stop here on defense? It's a run where we blow it up. He only gets 1 yard. And they're going into the hurry up. They are in empty here. It looks like it's going to be a screen pass to the running back on the outside, though. And he fumbles. I don't think so, though. Ali does pick it up. He brings it back for a touchdown. But I think this might get called back. I'm pretty sure the running back was down before the fumble. But maybe not. They are actually going to call that a fumble. Oops. I accidentally called a timeout. I meant to go to instant replay. I'm going to have to rewatch that on the recording. I can't go back and see it now because the instant replay is just going to be the kick. They actually called that a fumble. And all of a sudden, our defense makes 2 back-to-back plays where we score 2 defensive touchdowns in a row and take a 35-16 lead over James Madison here in the third quarter. This game has turned around so drastically here in the third. I cannot even believe it. It's going to be a run up the middle again that we blow up. When they run the ball, it seems so predictable. It's like slow handoffs or motions by the tight end to go get a block every single time they hand it off. And now it is a screen pass where we get into the backfield quick enough, thankfully, because we had nobody over there on that side of the field. That could have been a big pickup for JMU. Luckily, our defensive line gets in on the quarterback and doesn't allow him to make the pass. And it's another screen here, and the running back got tripped. And it is 4th and 12, where JMU is going to punt us the ball back. There is so much going on right now. I can't even keep up. They are punting back to Dwayne Thomas. Let's see if we can maybe make a play here. And we actually can't. We didn't pick up a block on 30. But nonetheless, I mean, we are playing out of our minds right now. Can the offense pick up where the defense left off? We're going to take a shot across the middle. It is dropped there. I think that was Justin Olsen who we were passing to. He was covered. It wasn't necessarily a great read or anything, but I thought he might have position to make a play on it. Unfortunately, he did not. We are going to run here on 2nd down where we get 7 yards and get to 3rd and 3. It's actually better than I even could have expected there. And what is this here? Is this just a quarterback run? Or I don't know what I'm running. Yeah, it is a quarterback run. No matter what I did there, the quarterback was going to keep it. But Max Brown picks up like 6-7 yards on the scramble, and he picks up the first down. RPO here on second down. I'm just going to hand the ball off. Teron Kelman wasn't able to pick up a whole lot there. Just 2 yards there on first down. It is 2nd and 8. Let's get Muldrow on a drag across the field. Why can I not see my play? There we go. What's going on here, though? There we go. There's my play. We're going to take a shot across the middle. Oh, my goodness. A horrible miss there by Max Brown. We had Dwayne Thomas Jr. open. Max Brown was just not able to hit it. We're going to send Mac on a streak here. He is being pressed again. If that safety doesn't come over and help, I feel pretty good about him winning it. And it looks like the safety did come over to help, but they were a little bit late on it. Unfortunately, we got hit on the throw, and we're going to have to punt from our own territory, which is unfortunate. Can we maybe pin them back, though? Looks like an okay punt. Not great, but we do get a bounce. It goes down to the 13-yard line. Our punter is just horrible. I mean, that guy has no kick power at all. 8 seconds left here in the third quarter, though. Back out on defense. It's 35-16 still. Finally, they break off a big run, though. Can we please make the tackle? Thank you, Ali. But that is the end of the third quarter. It's 35-16. And at this point, it would take a catastrophic collapse by us to lose this game. All we got to do is make long possessions, make their possessions long possessions, and then make our possessions long possessions. And we should be able to just win this game playing the clock. But obviously, I could just be jinxing us by saying all of that as well. They do check down into the flats on first down. It's 2nd and 5 now. They continue going hurry up as they have pretty much all game. We're going to pass commit here. And I thought it was going to be a run. Instead, they take the check down to the outside. Looked like an RPO there. They throw it to their wide receiver number 19, who picks up a first down and more after breaking a tackle. I think we're going to use our CJ here in the slot. It is a run. Can we blow it up? Oh my goodness, we do. CJ Clinkscales gets in there and makes a good tackle, making it 2nd and 9. And we're going to pass commit here on second down again. It is a pass. Can we jump that? No, we cannot. We have a cornerback right there on him. Actually, I think it was our safety. Our safety, McGuire Neal, I'm pretty sure was the guy that was in on that play. He just couldn't seem to get his hand on the ball, and JMU picks up yet another first down. They go to another RPO where they pick up 7 yards again. They are really driving on us right now. We're going to try to blitz. Maybe we just got to get them off their game. We try a blitz. Oh, my goodness. For a second, I thought Dante Balfour was going to jump that, but instead he just makes the play. Incredible play nonetheless to make that receiver number 19 from JMU drop that ball. And here we are on third down. We have a chance to get another stop. We're going to send a blitz. We're going to pass commit. And that is a great call by us where they try to run an RPO. I read the run, so they had to throw it. And we had multiple guys there to make the tackle, and they're going for it here on fourth down where we're going to pass commit yet again. And oh my goodness. Oh wait, he dropped it. I was there to make the play with Ali. I didn't think that I got back in time, but it looks like I did. We forced the drop, and we are really in the driver's seat now. All we got to do is waste some clock here in this game. We are going to chew the clock here. We're going to keep the ball on the ground. Teron Kelman, hopefully we can get a first down here. But if not, it's not the end of the world. Kelman did look like he might get there for a second, but could not make it. Again, though, we're just going to keep the ball on the ground. We are in the driver's seat right now. Even if we don't pick this up and we have to punt it back, JMU has to score 3 touchdowns still. And it does look like we're going to have to punt back to JMU. Maybe this is kind of a sad way to play right now, but I can't lie. All I'm trying to do is win games. That's my biggest... Oh my goodness, and they hit our punter. JMU is absolutely falling apart right now. Actually a pretty decent punt by our punter, but JMU comes in and takes our punter's legs out. Tombstone pile drives the motherfucker, and because of it, it's 1st and 10 again. And just like that, we're going to be able to waste another minute or two off of this clock. Force JMU to use one of their timeouts, and then punt the ball back to them if we don't pick it up. Except if we don't pick it up, looks like it might not be even an option here, as Teron Kelman picks up the first down, and that should be the game. It doesn't look like JMU is going to use their timeouts. And we should be able to just run the clock out here. finally Cortavius Norton gets a chance to come into the game here. Very last play of the game, where he gets pretty much just shut down. But that is going to be our first win here in Charlotte 49ers Dynasty on College Football 25 in a game that started off really rocky for us, but we really turned it on in those second and third quarters, scoring 28 points in the second and third quarter. And Max Brown ended up having a pretty good game, as well as Teron Kelman, our starting running back, who ended with 60 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. It was on 18 attempts. It's not like his yards per carry were all that amazing. And we come out and pick up a very nice win to start the season versus JMU. Taking a look at the stats here, Max Brown ended the game 13 for 21 for 239 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did have that 1 interception, as well as a fumble. That's not going to show right here, but he did have a fumble as well. I think it'll show it in rushing. Yeah, it says he had 6 attempts for -8 yards and 2 fumbles, actually. I forgot he had 2. He did have 2 fumbles. Teron Kelman ended with 60 yards and a touchdown, as we saw, 3 broken tackles. Receiving-wise, Bryce Kennan, our backup tight end, led us in catches with 3 catches for 20 yards. Teron Kelman also had 3 receptions. The big one, though, was Jarius Mack on that 80-yard bomb down the field. How long was it? Yeah, 83-yard bomb down the field for a touchdown to Jarius Mack. That was really the game changer for us. I think it was tied 7-7 at that point, and then we took the shot to Jarius Mack. No, they were up 10-7. And then we went up 14-7, and then they threw a pick 6 and fumble 6, back-to-back possessions, and that really just won the game for us. Talking about the defense, CJ Burton, our slot corner, led us in tackles. That is a great game for him because he also had the interception for 68 yards that led to the touchdown, right? He was the one with the pick 6. Yes, he was. Al-Mahi Ali played very well as well. He had a touchdown on the fumble recovery, as well as having 8 tackles on his own and 2 tackles for loss. I mean, our defense really balled out here. Did we have any pressure on the quarterback? We had the 1 sack that Demon Clowney and Devon Spellman combined for. But overall, just a very good game from this team. We do level up as our head coach. Also, I did put Coach XP on slower instead of normal because I don't want to be like level 35 by year 2. We are going to jump over here and spend our coach points real quick. And what do we want to go into? I think we just probably stick with O-line, where we're going to get recruiting actions, giving O-line a bigger boost, as well as increasing our recruiting hours for O-linemen. And then after that, I think we're going to try to go into wide receiver so that we can start getting some extra points on that 4-star wide receiver. CJ Burton won the American Defensive Player of the Week this week versus JMU with his pick 6 and his 8 tackles or 9 tackles, whatever he had. So that's awesome. Week 1, we already have a Defensive Player of the Week. But I think that is going to do it for us. We actually do have some more coach points to spend, but I think we're going to do that in the next episode, as well as check out where we're at on recruiting. And the next episode is going to be a huge one, where we are going to play our in-state rival, North Carolina. We are both 1-0, but North Carolina is a significantly better team than us. They're an 84 overall to our 78. And we're going to go out and see if we can get a win, all in next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe if you're excited for this series. And that'll be it for me. Peace.